Over the past few weeks, our living room design has really started to take shape, and this week we are making major pretty progress by DIYing my own Limewash paint, finishing out the mantle and built-in bookshelves, and hanging our beautiful lighting. Hello guys, welcome back to episode 3 of making over our living room. We have made lots of progress in the first 2 episodes, from painting to finishing the fireplace wall, to adding a plaster texture, to building our brick hearth from salvaged brick that was original to the house and is over 100 years old, and also starting our entire bookshelf, cabinetry, side building situations. So this week we are gonna finish the bookshelf. We have to finish the cabinet doors, paint them. We also need to paint the ceiling so that we can hang our pretty lighting that I have had for almost a year. We're gonna basically be finishing out the fireplace wall. So without further ado, let's get started. So in episode 2, I showed you guys exactly how I built this side wall, from the floating shelves to the cabinetry along the bottom, but now I have to duplicate it on this wall. In 3, 2, 1, we did it. It took 2 days, but we did it. So I did this one, the mirror image of this one. Really the only thing that's mirrored is you can see these 2 bottom cabinets on each side. There's 3 cabinets along the bottom, so I wanted them to kind of mirror each other to balance the wall. In that 2 days, I also built all the cabinet doors. So 6 cabinet doors total. So they're gonna look something like that. But painted, obviously. So 3 going all the way across. Something that I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do was the topper for these cabinets. Now you can see that there's one here already. I was like, what do I want to do? Do I want to go, some of you guys suggested going with like a stone, finding like some soapstone or a piece of granite, like a salvaged piece, and using that. Could have done something stained, like stained wood, or painted it the same. And my gut just kept coming back to, I want this whole wall painted the exact same color, giving it a very Victorian look where it's all one continuous look and just all one color. So we're putting some wood down. This is like those project boards. I got them at Lowe's. They're like project boards. You can get them in wider pieces. And really what they are is that you can see that they've put a whole bunch of little pieces of wood together and then sanded it and cut it like flat. So I picked up a 16-inch wide board, and it's 1 inch thick. And then once I got it on here, because of the thickness of the shelves that we did and the cabinet doors are 3 inches thick on the rim, I didn't want it to just be the inch here. So my idea is to come back with these salvaged pieces. These are just scrap wood pieces that I have from cutting, some of the pieces for this project, and make it appear thicker on the front. So it'll give the illusion that this is actually 2.5 inches thick. You see how much thicker that gives it? And then without it would be that. It just gives it a little bit. It's really just a attention to detail thing. It's not necessary, but I think it will add a lot in the grand scheme of things. So we're gonna add these. We're gonna install this and get ready to paint. We actually have a lot of painting to do. We need to paint the ceilings in here. We're gonna paint all the bookshelves in the millstone gray and also paint the mantle. So this one I already cut to size. Some wood glue. We'll line it up with the edge and just kind of give the appearance that it's a lot thicker than it actually is. So I decided that the floating shelves weren't the right look for the cottage. So I'm just adding a few more details to make the shelves look more built in. First, I'm gonna add this header to the top, which is just made out of 2x4s. And then I'm gonna add vertical 2.5-inch boards to each side to connect the top and all the floating shelves together to give this like built-in look. Okay, now that we have our cabinets done, they look very good. 1 coat primer, 2 coats paint, even with a roll, just a small roller and a brush, it still has a really good surface. So I was kind of worried. I never painted cabinet doors by hand. I was worried I wouldn't get like as smooth of a finish as I would like spraying, but it was too cold outside to spray them. But they look great. So now we have to put the hinges on them on the back. Flip the door over to the back, and I got these Everbuilt face frame hinges. So you can get 2 different types of hinges, face frames or the ones that actually attach to the side inside the cabinet. It depends on how your cabinets are built. We obviously did face frames. You can buy packs of 10, or you can just get the pack of 2 for like 1 single door. And I also bought a kit to help me drill the hole. I don't know how I would have done it without this kit. This is definitely necessary. It comes with 2 pieces. It comes with like a little marker so you know exactly where to put the hinge, and also the drill bit hole maker for the hinge. I think I read that standard is like putting it 3.5 inches down from the top and up from the bottom. I've been putting it at 5, so I'm gonna continue to put it at 5. So I just measure down 5 inches and put my marker top right there. And then I'm gonna mark the center. And we're gonna screw down until this bit is right at the top of the silver piece right here. Like that. Now that we have the holes, these will just slip in so easily. Look at that. Okay, now we're just attaching them to the face frame. I feel like the hard work is done. I hope this goes smoothly and I hope they all work together really well. I made them 1 inch bigger than the face frame. So a 1/2 inch on the top and a 1/2 inch on the bottom is kind of overlap the face frame. So I'm just gonna kind of mark that. Oh, that's nice. And these are soft close, so like I don't have to touch them. See, it's going slowly back. Okay, I've been all over town and I just don't have Limewash colors and paints readily available for me here. I would have to order samples and get them in, which is totally okay. I can order samples, get them in. And then I saw Becky and Kelsey from the Sorry Girls actually make their own Limewash, and I was like, well, why not DIY it ourselves? I will leave their video linked in the description box because I'm following their tutorial exactly, just making my own color. I essentially needed to find 3 core materials. Hydrated lime that I picked up from the hardware store. I needed the alum powder or alum salt that I ordered online, and also a natural pigment. I ordered these online too. I actually ordered a pack. I think I actually ordered the same pack of natural pigments that the Sorry Girls tested out, but they do, when you click the link, you do see like multiple color packs that you can order. Essentially, one is really like clay red-like. These are very, very close, but this one has more yellow and this one has more red. In their tutorial, they said that they had better luck by creating a lime putty instead of just using the dehydrated lime in water. So I did that last night. I followed their tutorial exactly and it came out perfect. So definitely recommend it. I got a bucket, I filled it 1/3 of the way with water, and then I kept adding lime until it made a putty consistency. To give you an idea, I use these little plastic cups and I put about 15 cups of lime into the water, and it kind of got me there. So I covered it up, I sealed it so that no air could get in it, and I have like pretty much the whole bucket. I'm gonna get a lid for this because they said it could last like forever. And then it came down to what color I was gonna do it. So I tested 2 colors. This one is so pink. So I knew that this one was an out. I was like, I have to keep going. This is actually a mix of the pigments that are both from France. So it's these 2, and it just turned pink. I don't know what, it's probably the clay one that's making it turn pink. I was hoping it would make it more orange. And then this one is the one from Italy, and it has like a great ashy, beigey, taupey color. There are color options. Comment down below which one you love. pink looks really good with the red and the brick, but I don't like anything with pink hues, undertones. So this one was a definite out for me. This has such a nice kind of like greeny taupe undertone, and I think it looks really pretty with the mantle. I think it looks really pretty with the green on the side and the wainscoting and the flooring. I'm really glad I did these samples because I was pretty intimidated by the Limewash. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a science project. I don't know if I'm gonna do this well or not. You know, I just had never tried it before, but it was relatively easy. Okay, I have all my supplies here. I have a very colorful whisk. Yours doesn't need to be colored, mine is. I have 2 buckets. I have a glass of water because I'm gonna need it probably more than that. I have the color that I'm going with, which is the Ombre Natural Diatali FL. I have my alum granulated powder and my lime putty. We are gonna make 2 batches, 2 different batches. One more watery, one less watery. It's essentially 3 core layers of Limewash. We're gonna do a watery version first, and then we're gonna do several coats of the less watery. This is gonna give us our color, and then our final coat is, I think they called it the patina coat. We're gonna do a final watery version over the top of it because Limewash needs a lot of water in order to dry and cure. So I'm gonna use a tablespoon for all of my measurements. So for the watery one, we're gonna do 1 part salt, 1 part pigment, 10 parts putty, lime putty, and 40 parts water. For the less watery recipe, 1 part salt, 1 part pigment, 10 parts putty, and only 20 parts water. So it's just less water in it. Everything else stays the same. And they recommended with the salt to add some boiling water to make it dissolve really well. Otherwise, your Limewash will turn out grainy. Okay, so every tutorial that I have watched on Limewash is they kind of make like these different patches, and they use a really wide brush, and the widest brush that I could find was this 4-inch stain brush. I feel like though it's like the bristles are longer than what I've seen people use, but this was all I could find, and it worked good for the sample, so I'm thinking it'll be okay. They make like these clouds, like these circles, so we'll do a patch here and a patch there and a patch there, and then we do more patches, and then eventually it's a whole bunch of patches that live together that create this like lime-washed look. So we're gonna start with the watery coat, the first coat. And I noticed when I was doing the samples that you don't want too much on your brush because then it'll drip. So just keep layering instead of going in with like a heaviness. I'm gonna kind of dip and then get it off my brush. That makes sense. And we're gonna go for it. And then you wanna kind of crisscross applesauce. See, that's even too much, it's already dripping. Since I did the plaster, it's gonna give like a lot more texture physically, and also now the Limewash is gonna give it visually, if that makes sense. Like everyone says it dries a lot lighter than it goes on. Totally does. It's kind of mind-blowing. We're gonna come back and do something else inside the blue tape. So I'm only taking the Limewash up to the blue tape because that's where the line is, kind of behind the mantle. We'll let it dry, we'll keep going. So I taped off this square, basically where the blue tape is, it's hidden behind the mantle. So I just wanted to kind of a guide to where I needed to paint. Inside this, around the fireplace itself, I want to paint it black. It was actually one of you guys' ideas. You commented, and I was like, that is exactly what we need to do. So I got some high heat Rust-Oleum paint, barbecue black. They don't have a lot of options when it comes to high heat. Do I think I need it high heat painted here? No. This does not get, I have felt that this is warm, but this is not hot. And high heat is resists heat up to 12,000. If this was 12,000 degrees, I wouldn't be able to touch it. You know what I mean? So do I think we need it? No. Am I gonna do it? Yes. Okay, I got the first coat of black. We'll do 2 coats, just so it's make sure it's nice and covered. We're gonna go in with the second coat of Limewash now. This is thicker now. So we're gonna take this layer by layer and just like let it dry and see where it gets us. Okay, I just put the last coat, the patina coat on. That was a more watery version. So we ended up doing 4 coats of things. My verdict is definitely the plaster, even though it was primed, absorbed more of the color. So that's why I only did 2 of the thicker, more pigmented coats in the center. A little bit goes a long way. You don't need to mix a whole bunch. So you're gonna be left with a lot of lime, a lot of salt, and a lot of pigment. You can do lots of projects or a larger room, because this was obviously just the fireplace front, so it wasn't much surface. I really like this color. I can't wait to see what it looks like with this final coat on. Okay, so we're inside the mantle. I had to reimagine or rethink out how this like inside system worked, because I was like, how am I supposed to attach the mantle to the wall? Couldn't figure it out. If you remember from the last episode, they had like older boards here on each side. There was nothing on top, but there was some on the side that used to have marble attached to it. So I took those off and I just built these like braces to just 2x4s that are the exact depth. So I'm gonna attach these inside the legs, kind of like this. And then this is gonna help me to attach it to the wall and then also attach fire resistant composite drywall stuff for the inside so that we can make a clean edge on the inside. So I just built 2 boxes like this, one for each leg. And then I'm just gonna put 2x4s on top.
It's a little heavier.
So I went back and forth on what color to actually paint the mantle. Primed it, and then since there were so many other things happening, other colors, other textures that are happening in the space, I opted to go with gray mist so that it matched the wall color. But what this mantle had when it was dirty was natural aging, you know? And so when we cleaned it up and we got it all the dirt off and I painted it, it lost that dimension, and especially like the crevices, you know, like in between the little like wooden filigree and just all the detail. So my mom has actually used this technique before and she said, you should just do that. It was like really easy. It's a little bit time consuming. You can also get like glazings and stuff from the hobby store. This is a stain pen and it's in color dark walnut because I looked at all the stain color options and I felt like this was gonna give me the most like that aged look. And it's a pin, so it's allows you to kind of get in to the crevices. So I tried it last night and I did it on this block and it looks really good. It's subtle. I could always add more, but I feel like this is gonna work. So what I have is a paper towel and some Q-tips, and I'm gonna brush this on in the crevice like that. Everywhere that dirt would naturally settle, I'm gonna take the Q-tip and rub it in like that. And then the paper towel helps to kind of blend it out. So you can see how it's darkened in those edges. This is how it looked before, but at least she's clean now and this is not dirt. But it looks really good. See that? Okay, crown molding. I love this for us. You guys, it takes me so long to remind myself how to do this crown molding. Like the angles and the turn. If I didn't get so frustrated doing it, I think I would just like set a day and like go through the whole, which I probably should do. I just should set a day and go through the whole house and put crown molding in the whole house. But it's like, it's a frustrating, this is frustrating. What I have learned that works best, how you put it on the ceiling greatly affects the angle, right? So what I've learned works best is actually connecting one off the wall, like off the ceiling. So this is gonna go along the bookshelves there. And then this smaller piece is to kind of come wrap around the front of the fireplace. So what I've learned is if I go ahead and connect one, like just set it here, put it together, it will help me figure out exactly the placement that it needs to go on the wall. Now, I don't know if people do this. This might be wrong. This might be right. I don't know. But this has helped me. It helped me do in the kitchen. So since I had success with it, I'm gonna do it again. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line it up and then I'm gonna shoot a nail in it. Like that. It just holds it in place so that I can get up there and actually attach it. So yeah, that trick helps. You guys, it helps. It helps.
Wow, we're getting good at that.
I am, huh?
Remember-
I know.
So now you can probably do the bathroom like way better.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm getting better. That trick helps a lot.
No, that looks good. Like perfect.
It's time. It's really time
To hang these pretty little things. You guys, I have had these for a year now.
at least. During last Vlogmas over on my vlog channel that we drove to Houston to pick up our couch, and we also got 3 lights, 2 for the living room and 1 for the dining room. If you don't remember, I'm about to show you.
They've been wrapped up in our closet forever.
Oh,
They're brass.
I'm so excited. They also have, it stuck to my foot. They also have shades that slip onto them too. They're like a creamy colored, which I thought was gonna be perfect for, you could do it either way. You could just have bulbs or do the shades. But I thought the shades would bring like a softness to the living room. So we're gonna hang them.
Okay, I got the bracelet there already. That screws into the actual like can for the light. And I always test the lights before I go to the trouble of putting it all up, just to make sure. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting so good at this.
Oh my god. That's so pretty.
Okay, now that we're further along in the design of this room, I was kind of playing around with the layout of the furniture. So these chairs are actually for our bedroom. That's kind of what I thought that they were gonna be, but I'm trying to imagine. I like this layout. I like that you look from the kitchen straight into the fireplace. And so the couch isn't like blocking you, like sitting sideways like we've had it. So I'm contemplating whether I should buy another identical couch and put couch, couch, and then 2 poops at the end, and then create seating that way, or I should just do 2 chairs for in here. And obviously, this is not our coffee table that's gonna go here. This is not the rug that's gonna go here. We've just been using this stuff while we've been renovating. So we're gonna get a big
9x12 rug. So it's really gonna like bring all of the furniture together and make it feel more complete. And then a pretty coffee table that fits the space. But we're making so much progress. Oh, you guys, this is nice. I mean, the living room is definitely taking shape. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 3 of our living room makeover. There's gonna be one more episode in this series. We have to do like the trim work, the wooden trim work around the windows and the door, finish out the baseboards, and decorate. That's it for our living room, but our Christmas tree's going up tomorrow. I can't wait. It's happening. So I was waiting until this weekend to get some deals on some rugs and a coffee table and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be ordering, so Black Friday, Cyber Monday is happening right now. So I'm gonna be ordering some decor and a coffee table and things for here. Major, major progress. I will see you guys again very soon for our holiday decorating video. And if you guys have not heard, I am doing Vlogmas over on my vlog channel, which means I'm going to be filming and uploading every day for the 25 days of Christmas. We're gonna be spending the holidays together. Make sure that you're subscribed with the bell notifications turned on for lots of Kinsley content. Huh, you're already ready for Christmas. Look at your Christmas baby. And we will see you guys again in a few days for another video. Bye guys. Huh. Do you love it?